Where's the cat? Anyway, yesterday we chatted about that spiritual dynamic called karma. One definition of karma originally is action, just action and reaction. Action is our karma, and the universe being a seamless whole simply rebounces it back onto us as if we could somehow avoid it. It's as if one day they're going to, just on Tuesdays, they're going to repeal gravity. So on Tuesdays, you can walk off the side of a building and just float down because gravity was repealed that day. Karma is kind of like the gravity of action, I guess you might say. And it's always on, it's never off, it's always churning, and it goes on forever and forever and forever and forever. And the interesting thing about karma is that it always builds enough time to fulfill the energetic resolution of our karma. You have your karma, I have mine, we have our collective karma, and it's all being worked out. One time they asked a yogi, it's like, what would happen if they just launched all the nuclear bombs at once and we all died at once? And he laughed and he said, wouldn't that be wonderful? Because, he knew quite well that all of our karma would be fulfilled. It just goes somewhere else. Karma's karma, the law of karma, and we're all under it. But yesterday I talked about the law that's above karma, which is Christ, the Christ. I'm using the technical spiritual term, meaning the light that comes to relieve karma when we are sufficiently changed of mind and of heart. And then any number of weeks, months, years, or lifetimes of karma can be fulfilled and released, even instantaneously. The light comes in instantly when the slats are turned open. So that's great hope and promise for us. And yet, it's interesting how so many spiritual scriptures begin with the generalized cleaning up of our karma. The Yoga Sutras begin with the yamas and the niyamas: don't lie, don't cheat. They're the 10 commandments, don't take other people's stuff. And we begin to clean things up, of course. But yesterday I kind of shocked myself and shocked us because we had to remember that our karma is what's going on inside of our head. And a line came to me, it's somewhat stunning, but when Jesus said, oh, by the way, if you've thought about committing adultery, you have. And so, no, I haven't, so it's pretty, makes us realize the subtlety of karma. And until that's cleaned up, then we're kind of, we're still creating more karma all the time. And yet, karma is a good thing because karma punishes our enemies, right? And so, dear God, please be angry and hate the people that I hate. Now, it occurred to me that wouldn't it be interesting if we personally were in charge of bringing the pain to the people that we don't like, because they deserve it, right? And how about this? How about a universe where you have a series of dials in your hands, and they're all the people who hurt you, and you get to turn up the dial of how much pain they feel, just to equal things out, just to make it right. Okay, so there's that person, and there's the person who really hurt you, and you have your hand on the dial, and it's like, how high are you going to turn it up? Now, humans are an especially interesting animal because, it's like, well, of course I'd be appropriate with the dial, but we are not. We are not. And if you look at the history of humans and the atrocities that they have performed on one another, when they felt like they had their hand on the dial, then you get what's going on Earth. And now we get the counsel to love your enemies and to be good to those who've persecuted you, because when you have your hand on the dial and you're turning up the pain more on other people, It's simply being turned upon us, upon me. So it's amazing stuff when we realize we're one seamless whole. And if we feel like we should have our hands on the dial, that other people, the universe has its hands on us. The universe has its hands on our dial and is turning up the consequence, not because it's mean spirit or vindictive, it's just following the law of karma. We can all rise above it immediately by remembering what goes on in the secret place is what determines, and that when we forgive, we are forgiven. And the law of karma is superseded by the law of Christ or the Christ. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of thinking on it, and hope you found it interesting. We can chat about it tomorrow. Have a beautiful day.